Yo, what's up, everybody? Rage Cage 20 here, back with Jinjer's macro album. Today we have Pit of Consciousness, the official video. But of course, Napalm Records, they're gonna let you know that right out the gate. I mean, you know how Napalm do. So I'll get ahead of the game. I'll let you know. I got your back, Napalm. Let's buy them. I read the about here. Now, of course, the bio is unreviewed, as always. Take it with a grain of salt. I don't know if this is true or not, but I read right here, it's apparently in a quote, that this is a song that can be applied to each of us in the band. I assume it means one of the band members was talking about it. I don't know. Living a life at a full pace after years of touring, have we accidentally let someone else in our heads and become foreigners to ourselves, holding on to the hope that we can keep those doors shut? That's deep, man. That's deep. So I assume that's potentially what this song is about. I mean, the last line here is waiting for my mind to be pacified. So might be onto something. Yeah, I'm always excited to be back to Jinjer. Every single song is just so intricate. Tatiana is absolutely a beast on that mic. Like, she demands your attention. She's just has so much presence, and it's always fun to watch her. And just, again, the crazy fucking time signature work, change ups, and rhythms that those instrumentalists perform is just next level, man. It's like there's some people that are doing some awesome stuff, and Jinjer's definitely amongst them, but like, I just think those complicated rhythms and time signatures really just set them at a whole different level. Like, they're on a different level than other people. I'm not saying that's putting them above. A lot of people would argue that it is, but it's just like, even if they're at that same level, they're on a different shelf. Like, it ain't the same as what other people are doing. It's crazy. So that means for me, gotta put on my goggles. I gotta focus here, because whenever I get to certain bands, Jinjer being one of those, I know that there's going to be a lot in here, and I got to really focus. I got to really hone in my mind and focus on everything, which is going to be hard with the music video going on in front of me. But, I'm going to do my best to really get into the nitty gritty of this bad boy here. So let's not waste any more time. Let's bring it on down. Pit of Consciousness, Jinjer. Let's fucking go. Oh, okay. Here we go. That's right. Napalm. Right, napalm. More stuff. Yeah. We saw that video. I don't know if we saw that. I don't know. Oh, okay, girl. How long you got? You got a while. You saw the the timestamp of that video, I assume. So I imagine you knew what you were getting involved in to some degree. So you know what? I'll wait here. Go ahead. Go get your popcorns, your snacks, your chips, whatever you like to snack on. I was snacking on some cherries earlier. Irrelevant, but that's why I was snacking on there. So go get your snacks, your fruit, your whatever you be snacking on. Go get your soda, your beer, your whatever you need to get turned up. Today's water for me because it's my fourth one I've done in a row because I'm going on vacation soon. I had to get a bunch of stuff for you guys because I care, right? And then come back. I'll wait. Okay, hey, how's it going? Welcome back. Okay. You ready? Okay. I assume you got a while because you're here now. Oh, my. There was so much theming in that song. Not only in the video, but also in the music. And the lyrics. Obviously. Because that's what tells the story. Again, like, the number of switch ups and changes and motifs that the instruments went through is insane. I'm sure I missed half of them. I'm sure I wasn't able to pick up on a lot of it. But I caught some. It's just, again, it's at a different level, man. It's just, like, from what I've heard, I still don't know if this is 100% accurate or if this is just one fan's opinion. I don't know. But, like, it made a lot of sense when I heard it because it's like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. That, you know, they just have that kind of jazz kind of influence to them because it would really help explain the very complicated time signatures and the insane switch ups of rhythms on a dime to these very non-standard, complex, complicated rhythms. Like, that would make a lot of sense if they had some heavy jazz influences to them like that. That would be logical. Still don't know if that's 100% accurate or not, but, like, I buy it. But yeah, that was insane. Off the gate again, of course. I mean, it's just, you've come to expect this from Tatiana, but she did it again. So it's like, you know, she never falls. She doesn't fall off, man. She just keeps doing it time and time again. But, like, her switching between harsh vocals and clean vocals, especially to emphasize certain parts during certain sections of the song and to drive the message in certain directions, just on point, top notch. Like, what else is there to be said? She dominates that mic, and she did it again. I don't know what to tell you. It's good stuff, man. Just, it's all around good stuff. Okay, let's talk about the video a little bit. Black and white. Intentional. I would bet safe money on intentional. Not just intentional because obviously, like, yeah, that's what they wanted to do, but, like, to fit the theme, to fit the mode. That could mean many different things. I could guess a couple, but I mean, maybe it's well known, maybe it's not. I could assume that maybe it's kind of like, you know, that fits inside your head. It's all black, you know, because there's no light going in there if you're lucky, if you're alive. And maybe your thoughts could be black or white. Maybe it's the thought of, like, you're just kind of watching a picture of yourself in black and white because you feel like some other foreign influences invaded your brain and you're no longer inside it. You're just kind of outside looking at this person that you don't even recognize, so it's all in black and white. There could be many different reasons or combinations of reasons for it, but I'd wager safe money on intentional to fit the theme. Very cool. Um, Completely blacked out iris and pupil and everything. Yeah, that's sick. Again, form fitting to the theme. Really fucking cool. Just in the beginning, and it comes back to it every now and then. That like very intricate catacomb like structure. Again, I imagine kind of like the inner workings of the mind or the brain. Whatnot. That's the first thing that brought me to. Just like the amount of theming and places they went in this video. So cool. I can't even remember half the shit about the song. Like, because this just kept being more stuff to say. So like, I can't even really adequately go through and talk about it. I just I remember the riff. The riff was definitely darker and grittier and deeper than I've heard from them, at least recently, in some of the songs we checked out. Like that one felt like it got down and dirty with it, which was pretty sick. Other than that, I can't really remember all because I just kept having to focus on just listening to what was coming after, not what happened before, and just writing a bunch of stuff. That's why I write it down, because I don't remember what it was, but I did in the moment. I know me, so that's why I write stuff down. 4.5 minutes of craziness. So, yeah, that was pretty awesome. We're gonna go back through here now, and I don't know how long it's gonna take. You know how long it's gonna take, but I don't know how long it's gonna take. But my wager would be a while. So if it, as I've said before, if you didn't go get your snacks and popcorn and drinks and stuff, well, it's too late now. There's nothing you can do about that. I gave you your opportunity and you squandered it. So now you're stuck here for the ride. So right at the beginning, yes, another thing to fit the theme and whatnot. Not only the imagery, but the sound kind of had this like hollowness to it. Again, like the caverns of your mind, but also maybe the feeling of feeling hollow within yourself. The theming was crazy. It was absolutely insane. But yeah, it just kind of had this echoey, distant, hollow kind of feel to it as well, which was cool. And then the fucking guitar came in, which was deep, dark, and gritty, which was sick. I noted on the black and white thing already, and her iris and whatnot. So that's what we got for the first. Well, that's what I have written down for the first 40 seconds. Let's see if we can find any more gems or jewels in there, shall we? That I may have missed before. I'll have to focus in even harder, because I'm sure there's something, man. There was a lot. All right, napalm first though. Get your dues, napalm. Get your dues. I feel you. Oh yeah, the flashing. Yeah, didn't care for that. So yeah, I don't know what that is. Some kind of wooden structure seems to be holding something up. Maybe the ceiling or something. I'm not sure. Gives me some kind of either the background here gives me some kind of like barn or something, but like the way it's all branching out and whatnot makes me think of some kind of like gazebo or umbrella or something. I don't know. No clue. Or maybe some kind of stadium. I guess I could also see that. Might make a little bit more sense than a gazebo, but you never know. Not only that, but that like very thin, hissy, cymbal-like sound that's like happening in here again just has that. First off, it's unnerving, but also has this kind of hollow sound to it. Very cool. I'm gonna. Okay, here we go. In that. And yeah, it does sound like someone running a stick across the cymbal kind of sound there. Very interesting. Yeah. Very interesting sound effects there. Very form fitting. I like that. Man, it feels very metal, very heavy, very gritty. I like it, but I also like the form of that da 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 and this fill in between that, and then it repeats. Now that fill is sometimes some drum work or some dun 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 dun, coming at strumming from the guitar there, but there's the repeating da 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 followed by a fill, and then it repeats. I'm digging this riff. This is a great introductory riff here. Nice little pause there. Da da da. I like that. It's dark and like it's very foreboding. It just has this heaviness to it, but it's also playful at the same time. I don't know if that's intentional or not. I'm just reading into it, but that's cool. That's cool in the end. Whew. She drops a bar right out the gate. I keep on losing the keys from reality. It's crazy. Like losing the keys to your house so you can't get in. You lost the keys to reality. You're locked out of reality. You can't get inside reality. That is a fucking bar to drop this off with. But I like how that repeating motif here at the beginning kind of feels more fuller. Instead of being more articulated and shorter, just da-da-da-da-da. It feels more da-da-da-da-da. It's like they actually let the chords ring out and sustain instead of choking them off. So it just like it switches to that sound, and it's almost like, okay, now we're getting into the verse. Like it's like it signals that like, okay, we're done with the introduction instrumental work here. We're getting into the verse. Here come the lyrics. Like that's a really great transition there. I like that. But God, Tatiana dropping bars right out the fucking gate. I like that sound, that dum sound in there. It feels like it's rolling fast and then like slows down. So it feels like has this nice fast, moderate fast. It's not fast slow, but fast slower kind of feel to it. I like that. This kind of rolling feeling to it in general. Now I'm passing on the wheel to insanity. That makes sense. Pacified. Okay, yeah. Good here. All right, let me go back here. Like continue. I also like the chunky rumblingness of that dum sound. Yeah, that's where it is. 43 here. I want to check that sound that we just stopped there and see if that was a triplet or not. It was definitely some kind of separation in the rhythm and the rigidness of that time signature for sure. So I wanted to check out what that was. That's why I put a question mark there. But what I will say, going on to the video, obviously everything's black and white. You got her completely blacked out eyes, which is just very cool. And of course the symbolism is fantastic. But whoever did the video work in here did an amazing job with lights and shadows. Because not only is it black and white, but then they have the two white, the lights casting white light in the background of her. And then you have, like right here, you have good light work on him and great shadow work underneath everything and on the sides here. Like whoever did the cinematography to this really played with the white coming from the lights and the black coming from the shadows around everything else. Like did a fantastic job with that. But I want to go back here a little bit. I want to hear if this is a triplet or not. They did something rhythmic here that was really cool, and I want to find out what it is. Again, you have this blinding light. It's like you can see the air and the dust and everything coming from the light here. And then you have great shadow work everywhere else. It's fantastic lighting here. No, I think it's just maybe more pronounced downbeats. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, it could be. It could just not be an isolated triplet and they just started triple da da and just kind of played with the last note instead of making it a complete, just separated triplet. It could be. Either way, I like the more pronounced strumming there and the separation in that rhythm. Whether it's a triplet or not, it sounds fucking cool. It's a great breakup to the rhythm there, and I love it. We're in around 45 seconds here. She switches at some point to her clean vocals, and the tone that she has in there is fascinating. Like, it's not, it didn't sound like her regular singing tone. It feels like she was like really playing with the notes and the tonality of those notes to make them sound like, maybe the word foreign might work very well there, but just different, like maybe a little unsettling, a little not creepy, but like that kind of feel to it, just like something not right. It gave me that feel for sure. But there's a lot of other stuff on top of that, but we'll get there when we get there. I want to peruse these lyrics a little bit more here. I love that. Dum dum dum. Good downbeats there. I'm climbing end of the feast, and I scratch concrete shine. So what I'm noticing with this song is they got, as I mentioned before, they got a bunch of different motifs that they got going on here with the riffs and the guitaring and the bass guitar, especially. There's some really nice bass guitar moments in here that I'm going to point out. But they're using each one specifically. They have it for the intro, and then they modify it with some more prolonged chords and stuff instead of stopping them early. So you got that good carryover that's a good transition to her vocals, and then they got some good rhythm shakeups in there to kind of alter the motif a little bit. And then when we switch to her clean vocals, we transition again. Very great transitions in here to a completely different motif that fits. Oh, now we're in her clean vocal section. It's like you don't even need to do that, but they do that, and it's fucking cool. It's really awesome. It just adds another layer of just great writing in here. It's just fucking awesome. So I want to hear that transition. Listen to the second that the instruments switch to a different sound, to a different riff, to a different motif, and it bleeds into her clean vocals. That's so fucking cool. This is great sound there, but I love that. I love the bass is so pronounced in this section right here, and it just has this great fucking melody to it. Like the bass work in this section is amazing. Also, again, we're playing with the lights and the shadows. Like you can't see her face and most of her frontal features. It's just cast in shadow because of the light's coming from behind her. I guess that would be the case. It's good, great work with the light and shadow work here. Just really fucking cool. So was really pay attention to her tone here. Something sounded different, but I'm not 100% if I have that or not. Something about rhythm. I don't know if it was hers or theirs. And then rhythm going on with the riff here from the guitars. I think it's gonna switch up. I feel like, now I'm not 100% positive. I'm gonna try to check it out here, but I feel like it was switching between a duple, one of them. It was starting triple, duple, a duple time signature into a rhythm into a triple, or vice versa. So I want to check that out. I think that's what they were doing, but I could be completely wrong. Either way, something crazy was going on with their rhythm and time signature switch ups, and I want to see if I can catch it. Who knows? But yeah, first things first, let's go through this like 30-40 seconds here, and I want to focus purely on the vocal notes if I can. Yeah. Some, like, obviously you can hear Tatiana's standard singing style and tone and whatnot in there. It definitely comes through and peaks out through a good couple seconds, good couple notes, couple sections and whatnot. But that mixed with the rhythm, the vocal rhythm, I love the da 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 da. Like, that's really cool. But like, there's seconds in there, especially when she harmonizes in there, that is just like, there's something about her tone that still feels off. Not off musically, sounds great, but like off from her standard tone. It sounds different. It sounds foreign. It sounds something I haven't really heard from her very much before. It's very interesting. Hold on, let me get that again. Biddy. Standard. Something about that sounds a little restricted. What's the word? I scratch concrete. I scratch. It's like something like she puts a little grit, a little strain in the voice. Like, something about that sounds like creature-like. I could be tripping, but like, listen to that. Do you hear it too? Is it just me? What is that? I'm climbing hand over fist, and I scratch concrete shine in the air. My mistake, it's not there. The air is terribly heavy. Something about that just has this different tone to it, even on the air is terribly heavy. Like, and also, if it is I scratch concrete, she did not say concrete. She said that very interestingly, which I wouldn't be surprised. She has been known with nostalgia in just, is it just another? I think that's what it's called. She says that very nostalgia or something like that instead of nostalgia. So like, I wouldn't put it past her, but she definitely says that very weird if it is the word concrete, which cool. I like how she does that. But yeah, something about that is just, something feels off, and I love it. Concrete shot. There's a little bit of scratchiness in that. Da, 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 da. Just like something about that tone just feels off. And I love it. And the imagery is also really fucking cool. So one more time. The rhythm I was talking about was the da 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 da. That's a very cool rhythm. I love that rhythm. It's very catchy. Now I need to really focus in on these guitars. Because it could be the same thing with her vocal rhythm, but I feel like I'm gonna be able to get the time signature that they're playing in, but I'll do my best to see if it's at least duple or triple. I should be able to figure that part out. I'm climbing hand over fist, and I scratch concrete shine in the air. My mistake, it's not there. The air is terribly heavy. They're definitely switching the time signature there. But it's a time signature. It's a time signature that fits a more duple feel, which to me is making me think either 9/8 would be 3. It's making me think 6/8, like 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3. You can still have a very 1 2 1 2 feel about it, but it's still a triple rhythm. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So my thought is 6/8, but who knows? It could be some crazy shit. But they're definitely switching a time signature there. I think they're switching it from a more duple time signature into a triple time signature in the back. Let's find out. Is it 6/8 to 9/8? who knows? It could be way more complicated than that. Probably is. Where they're definitely having a time signature switch there, which okay, the video reset itself at some point, so if you missed a word in there, my bad. He was not paying attention. I saw it was at like 26, 27, and then I got lost. Speaking of which, well, we're a minute in, and it's only been 32 minutes. Well, that's not bad. We're on the verge of keeping it under an hour. It's fine. But yeah, either way, I love how they switch up their time signatures, their rhythms and stuff right there. And they do it, and not only does the instruments switch, but also the vocal line switches to match that rhythm of the switch time signature and then goes back. Really fucking cool. I love that. That's really fucking awesome. Next thing we got here around 129. So we're just gonna keep going. Something about a riff. I wonder if they switch or transition again, because she does scream at the end of here. Let's see if I'm missing anything lyric wise. Besides, I scratched concrete. Shine in the end, my mistake. It's not there. The air is terribly heavy here. It settles inside. I suffer burn after burn from the dark burn. Maybe these lyrics are correct or not. I do not know, but I like it. I mean, the imagery itself. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I know the general theme, but I don't know what these lyrics kind of specifically going for. I mean, the begin makes me think of just trying to fight and scratch your way through, but it feels like you're trying to claw through concrete, like try to drag yourself through concrete, just scratching through it and whatnot. But I assume there's just trying to burn the darkness inside you and whatnot or something, and just something doesn't feel right or whatnot. It's just kind of generally what I'm getting here, but otherwise the imagery is fantastic within the lyrics and I love it. So let's keep going forward here. We'll see if we find anything else. Oh, that was where I wanted to check out the time signature change. They do it. I mean, throughout the entirety of the song, really, but they do it there. But hold on, I want to check that section specifically. Sorry. Yeah, they are switching between a triple and a duple. I don't know. I wouldn't even begin to be able to tell you without being able to look at the sheet music what it is, but I can count at least 3s and 4s in there. So hold on. It settles inside and I suffer burn after burn from your dark. It is switching occasionally from 4 to 3 in there. Now I don't know if it's actually over 3. It could be over some form of like slower 6/8 or something like that. But either way, switching from a triple to a duple, I think it's going back and forth constantly throughout there. I can't get the exact beats right because it's a little too complicated for my comprehension without being able to look at it and study it. It's a little too complicated for my ears to pick up on first listen. It would take many lessons if I was going to try to write it out without looking at it. It would take a while. But just first listen there, it's definitely switching between a duple and a triple. For sure. Rapidly. Very, very complicated. Complex. Not a lot of people do it. Some do, but not a lot of people do it. And that's really cool. So, riff. Bass, all that good stuff. She's also doing an amazing job with these contacts in, just being very creature-like and whatnot. Fantastic acting, presence there. Um, so I think it's similar, if not the same, as the riff that was just going there. But I feel like it's a little bit changed up. It goes in a little bit of a different direction. But the bass in here, but the fucking bass in here, I love how pronounced it is, and just I love the riff it's going on. That's such a great bass line, man. That's awesome. I mean, obviously we kind of mentioned that one up, but I do like that line. A stranger knocks on my mind. I became a foreigner to myself. That's a fucking bar right there. Let's be honest, that's a fucking bar right there. 2 minutes. Something about the instruments and a different sounding, potentially clean vocals. Not 100%. I think we transition again here. So let's go back 3 seconds. Let's let it build into that. I love this chord. Yeah, it's playing off of the heaviness and some of the motifs we've already had, but it is different. It is slightly different here. Um, and I love this playing back and forth they're having between the instruments and the vocals. You having these heavy chords, dun, 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 and some noodling and whatnot. I think she's either um, emphasizing her vocal rhythm off of the downbeats and the chords from the guitars, or she's doing it after that when the guitars are noodling around. Let me get that again. That is fun. That is playful. So yes, when the with that specific da 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 rhythm coming from the guitars, she emphasizes that exact rhythm, the exact downbeat emphasis that the guitars are doing. She does and follows that, and then when they're doing that little open airy noodling, is when she's holding out the note. They're mirroring each other's energy. Dun 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 dun. That's fucking cool. That is fun. So I have no idea what I wrote here. It took a while to get there, but I don't know what the fuck I said. Enter something. Don't know. But yeah, I didn't want to. I wanted to pause it, but I was like, I don't want to interrupt this because what she's doing vocally here is gorgeous. It's soft. It's smooth. It's a huge contrast to the entirety of what's happened in the song up to this point. It's been very dark. It's been very aggressive. Even her clean vocals have had this kind of strain on it, just a slight strain on it. Like nothing about this has been peaceful. Nothing about this has been smooth. It's all been very rough, very constantly moving, very aggressive, switching between screaming and these just kind of strained foreign vocals. But now we finally, with some of the more open noodling notes from the guitars, and we finally moved on to this kind of more beautiful softness to it. And I assume the lyrics are going to emphasize that, I would guess. In the darkest place was once named consciousness. I don't know if that's where we're at. I assume that's where we're at. I don't fucking know. It could be the chorus. So hold on, let me before I get this wrong, let me check that out here. Okay, so that part right there. In my head, where are we? Hey, there it is. Yeah, we are in the chorus at this moment. Let's see if it continues here. Okay, so that was the chorus. Okay, so the chorus. Let me go back a little bit. Yeah, something about that is just smooth, just has this nice beauty to it. I love it. Uh, and then there's, as I mentioned here, because I think that would be during the bridge, but I'm not 100% positive. But there's this kind of falling guitar run to it, which we'll talk about here in a second. But creeped away to the light in my head, someone else setting snares for my soul. So it's not like the happiest thing, but at least there is the mention of light. Creeped away to the light. Wishing that I'd run, creep away to the light in my head, someone else setting snares for my soul. Okay. So there's like a faint glimmer of maybe regret, but also maybe like hopefulness. And she's standing in a beam of light. Maybe I'm reading into it, but maybe there's something there. I don't know. I just know I want to hear that. Again. Whew, that's a beautiful fucking passage there. Nice little embellishments there. No, just a nice smoothness to this. Nice transition there to this slow scream on the last line, for my soul. Like, really cool, and also the instruments kind of slowed down a little bit as well. Oop, I pushed the wrong motherfucking thing. We still good? We still good. In the darkest place, what was once known, consciousness. Yeah, I love that. It's just like we have these nice long chords, and then we have a little da. It's just like this kind of falling down interval wise, just run on the instruments. I love that. It's so cool to have on the end of these phrases while she's just slowly and passionately screaming this section out. It's very slow, trudging march like here. A beautiful, passionate scream there. Resonating but never compromising. I think that's what she said there, right? No, outlines. I was in a different place. We ain't down through the bridge yet. I figured we were done with the bridge. What we got here is this very interesting repeating note and rhythm from the guitars, I think specifically. Bass guitar might be in there, not 100% positive, but at least the electric guitar. Plus, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure when her fingers and like all this imagery of these very thin like almost tentacle like wisps start coming off of her and whatnot. I'm pretty sure that's the exact lines and artistry and imagery that they used for their Micro album cover. So I feel like that means something. So that's really cool. But yeah, I want to listen to this guitar riff here. Right there. Dun 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 dun. That's fucking cool. I like that keeps repeating in between all these other notes. It's this motif that we keep coming back to. And again, it almost feels like some kind of like forced walk, march kind of feel. Interesting. And really good hi-hat and cymbal work coming out here from the drums to keep that kind of slower pace going. Whew. Okay, so not only is that riff and the feeling and everything we got going on in this trudging bridge section here is just fucking awesome and next level, but then when Tatiana comes back in with those vocals, that rhythm that she had on that vocal line was fucking crazy. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, 3:30 is when the next thing is coming here. But yeah, let me hear that again. Ta 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 ta. I love that short long with the sound of her screaming. That has such a cool rhythm and flow to it. That is awesome. No, she didn't. I saw it coming when I looked at the words because I was like, there's no way she's going to repeat that for To Insanity. So she uses To Insanity as a pickup loop back into that rhythm. Fuck off, that's good. That's too good. I don't want to even talk about it. Like, get out of here. Like, what right do you have to be so cool and creative in that line? What the fuck? That's awesome. Fuck. And it's also the rhythm that the guitars are doing. That wow, that was more mind blowing than I thought it was. I just thought it was cool. I just thought it was a cool rhythm. I didn't know that it mirrored the vocal rhythm was mirroring it. It was setting up a foundation for the vocal rhythm, and that the vocal rhythm would have this nice ta 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 rhythm to it, plus pickups back into that was mirroring the guitar line. That's okay. There's good writing and there's insane writing, and that's insane. It feels good. I haven't had my mind blown in a while. I've listened to some good bands and some good stuff recently, do not get me wrong, but nothing that has been that mind blowing in quite a bit. I think With Temptation was the last one. Yeah. Like, fuck, man. It's crazy. Okay. So approximately a few seconds here, I said something about building. Oh, I remember. I thought it was like building momentum, tension, energy, something like that. No. It was like a building block rhythm. I feel like one started and another built on top of it and on top of it, something like that. It was cool. Back to clean vocals? I think this is back clean. So I think it's back to clean vocals or something like that. Or maybe some kind of vocal tone that she was having earlier. Don't really remember. But I'm excited to find out. I think it's gonna be awesome. Hey, we hit 50. Let's go. Let's keep going. Compromising. That's crazy. That syllabic work is insane. Yeah, they build each instrument on top of each other. 330. Okay, we'll go back a little bit here. Okay, yeah. Okay, here we go. So they start with that vamping guitar riff, that new motif, another new motif that we're introducing here. They start with that vamping riff, and then the drums kicks off. It kind of starts off a little bit, just kind of a little bit playing around on some cymbals, a little rim shots here and there. Well, not rim shots, cymbal rim shots. I should know what that's called, but I don't. To introduce the bass coming on top of that, and then the drums continues what they were doing to start their own riff on top of that. It just starts building on top of each other till you have a full riff sandwich. And then I think she starts off with Stillness Stuns. And it's a pickup. Dun dun dun. The instruments emphasize it in some way. The writing is off the fucking charts right now. Let's start with the guitar. Bass is on top of it. Drivers are adding on top of that. More filling happening. Again, using the syllables in the word to do a nice two-note pickup and back into the chorus. Da da da. As things like cut off, like we built up that riff and then we kind of stopped it for a second. We cut off only like an instrument to survive into the pickup into the chorus where everything comes back in, which is emphasized in the video for falling into the water. Like, that's crazy. One more time for the top. We'll let it keep going. I like the repeat on that rhythm too. Crazy. And of course, more of our beautiful embellishments on these notes and phrases and stuff. Glorious. Reason I paused, I'm going to go back because I want to hear that. I want to hear this all from the start here of this line. But the last thing I have written down here on the way out is the way she does For My Soul. 2 ways, differently both times. I think she does it clean the first time and then scream the second time. But I could have that backwards or I could be wrong. She did something and then something different. And it was cool. So that's what I'm keeping my eyes out for. But of course, we'll check. Hey, my HelloFresh box has been delivered. I'll have to go pick that up after this video. Anyways, I thought it was a comment or something. No. Yeah, and then we'll keep our ears open for anything else in the last few seconds here. So, not only was it said 2 different ways, not only the second time was it screamed, but I remember why I wrote it down. Not only did she scream, she used her deep, dark, rumbly scream on that one, which sounds like it's a demon. A demon screaming for my soul, as if something else, almost demon-like, was consuming her soul. That's fucking cool. And then we have this fast strumming new motif on the way out. Or at least I think it's new. It couldn't be repeating. I don't know. But fuck, dude. This is so cool. Beautiful. Let's go. and then a fast screaming vocal line on the way out. Guys, let's fucking go. Oh, God, it's always a mind trip listening to Jinjer, man. Like, I mean, it might seem like I mention this occasionally because I always imagine people just like, um, or just imagine like, oh, you know, someone's freaking out, not freaking out, but like being exaggerating on YouTube for the views and whatnot. So I always feel the need to bring up the fact that it's like, I don't exaggerate shit. Like, you can go go on my channel, check out the last like 2 or 3 Jonathan Young videos I did. I have dragged John through the mud, so to speak. Not literally, like, I don't like have any social media or anything like that, but I definitely was harsh on the fact that I was not a fan of his mixing. I felt like his mixing was done very poorly. Like, if I don't like something, I'm gonna fucking say I don't give a shit what anyone fucking feels or thinks about it. So not just because like, oh, a lot of people like Jinjer, I will praise them endlessly. Yeah, that ain't my style. Like, you can go you can go check out some of my Live Nightwish stuff, and you know, like, I ain't afraid to be like, yeah, that was bad. You know, like, I don't care if I'm gonna get backlash or if I'm not gonna please all the people. Like, I don't give a shit. So when I am just like, holy shit, the writing on this is next fucking level, I really motherfucking mean it. Like, fuck, bro. Like, that just, I'm always impressed by the constant rhythm changes and the, like, those like probably like 6, 7, 8 different motifs that and riffs that the guitarist kept switching to. And when they did switched, it made a transition, a beautiful transition, I might add. So did Tatiana. And they matched each other. They mirrored each other. They reflected each other. They differentiated from each other. They did the whole fucking gambit. That's insane writing right there. Like, there's people who write songs, and then there's people who write full-on pieces and experiences. Like, there's people who get into the fiber of everything, like music theory wise, and like craft these beautiful parts. Is just like, oh, you know, like, okay, this is a really cool vocal line I wrote, but like, what if we change it to the rhythm of the guitars here and they'll play off of each other? Like, that's going a step further than just writing a good song. That's crafting a piece of music. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. All right. So the next song we have in the macro album, the next one we're going to be doing, of course, interrupted by Jonathan Young in between here. So the next one you see will probably be Jonathan Young, his cover of, I believe, a Justin Bieber song. What do you mean? You know that song. Next song we have here that we'll be coming back to with Jinjer in the macro album is Judgment, parentheses, and Punishment, in the parentheses. We will most likely be doing, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a double header on that one. I think I'm going to do, I don't know if they have a video, so I'm going to go find out right now. Judgment. Yes, they have a video. So we will be doing the video, and then we'll be doing her one take vocal performance as well. I think I'll do both of those. So in assuming the video will not only talk about the video itself, as well as dive deep into everything that's happening, instrumentally and vocally. But then when we go to the other one, I think we'll just purely focus. You know, we've already talked about everything else. We'll just purely focus on her vocals and how she, maybe what's maybe a little different, or how she shapes certain things when she's doing it live compared to in the video and whatnot, or in studio and whatnot. So that's the plan. I assume that's how it's going to go down. So thank you all so very much for joining me. Jinjer, fuck. Thank you for the music. God damn. Nothing more satisfying than when you have your mind blown by music, man. Like that is a feeling that I don't get extremely often. And when it happens, it's a treat. It's an absolute treat. And I live for those moments when I get to experience that, and Jinjer being able to pull through and give me one of those rushes, those highs, it's greatly appreciated. So thank you all very much. I have 8 hours before I have to go to bed because I'm getting up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to go on a flight. So I need to go to bed like 7. So I have a few hours to put all these videos together and put it up for you, as well as do a bunch of other stuff around the house. So I'm going to go do that. But make sure you come back, check out some more Jinjer. And if you're not interested in Jinjer, there's going to be another artist right after Judgment and Punishment. So come check that shit out. And I will see you all next time.